Good afternoon, Jason Phillips from Appraise, autoappraise.com. What we are showing you today and is available for sale is a 1949 Desoto S13 custom convertible. We're going to go through the car and then head down the road and take it for a drive. I left the hood cracked here for sake of ease. The car was fully restored, frame off, and then passed through Amelia Island about 486 miles ago. It's got a straight 6, 112 horse stock engine, stock 6-cylinder configuration still. A little bit of paint peel on the motor. I've identified and taken photos of all the engine and transmission numbers. Engine bay presents very nicely. We'll get under the car shortly. I went around and did a magnet test all around the body and tested 80 spots and took a digital paint meter around, and there's photographs, still photographs of all that available if you're interested in looking at this car and finding a place for it in your garage. But basically it's reading from 5 to 7 mils of paint, up to 10, in some areas 20 in the doors, but nothing that a magnet won't stick to. There's about 70 still photos of the car jacked up. I've already got it let down, but you can see it was a comprehensive frame-off restoration. Floor pans are nice and stout. Underbody pretty much looks like that all the way through. Pinch welds along both rockers are really clean, no signs of separation. Nothing but a little oxidation. Floor supports and inner rocker structures are all very sound. You can see these body supports here. A little bit of mud that needs cleaning off. Front suspension has been completely rebuilt. Just recently, actually. That 2-speed Clunkomatic transmission has new clutches. Done locally here in the Detroit area. This is actually an LA built car, not a Detroit car. Quick peek at the trunk. Period correct spare and matching of the other tires, 7.60/15. Jack. Interior fenders were all repainted nicely gray with the floor. Courtesy light in the trunk is operational. Backside of the deck lid was painted. Jams are in nice shape, as good or better as they were in the period. The repaint is done in a correct period single stage, well sanded and buffed. You can see the reflective quality is excellent. Holding this bottle back at about 12 to 15 inches away, moving it in so you can comprehend the level of wet sanding. But significantly clean looking paint. All the glass is in really good shape. All the regulators actuate as they should. There's a couple small little sand pecks. You know, tiny. I wouldn't change the glass. I wouldn't do anything to it. All the frames have been re-chromed. All new seals, vent seals, belt moldings were all pulled. All the trim was pulled. The trim on the car is fantastic. It was done to a really excellent level. Steering wheel comprehensively restored. I think about the only 2 pieces on the car that may not have been done would be this front hood molding. See a little bit of pitting there, which might have actually been just plated over, but still in very nice shape. Taillight chrome is excellent. Rear bumper chrome is excellent. We'll get a better look outdoors. This trim along the trunk, along the license plate, has a little bit of stage 1 pitting on it. Other than that, all the chrome was done and looks fantastic. Right down to the rocker moldings. All right, let's get it out on the road. A quick update, we just replaced that bulb. It burned out while I was here. I have photos of it on, and then it went off. But that's our trunk light. We'll get a little better look at this interior once I get outdoors as well. Restored steering wheel, professionally done, sent out to California. Getting ready to do a cold start on it. The door skins are in wonderful shape, and the door shells look to have been all disassembled and then put back together. Door tops and quarter tops all painted. Dash trim all painted nicely. Jambs show really well. A few typical contact scratches, typical of the era. A convertible top shows very nicely. New piping up front and in rear. May need a little cleanup work. Glass rear window. As you can see, the courtesy lights are operational. We're going to do a cold start here, although technically we have a heated garage, which is a bonus. In December in Michigan, 63 degrees. All right, let's fire it up. Don't want to flood it. Oh, that's kind of a cool feature. That's a flashing warning light to tell you that your parking brake is on. That should go out. We'll take the parking brake off, and it does. Oil pressure showing good, 42-ish pounds. Car's charging. We obviously got no temp yet. And the gas gauge is a little fickle, apparently. Ah, there it goes. We're registering about half a tank. Engine sounds good, no signs of smoke or no sputtering onto the floor. Alright, got her out in the bright sunlight. Take a quick look around it. Again, there's over 200 still photos of this vehicle, inside, outside, underneath. If you have an interest in owning this vehicle or seeing it up close and personal, give us a call at the office, 800-301-3886. 1949 Desoto S13 custom convertible. I don't know how many of these they made. I didn't look that information up. But the car really shows well. It's a little too cold, even though the sun's out, to drive. That click is in the door actuator. Apparently it parks there and then makes that clicking noise. I think I'm going to roll up the windows. The ones I can control anyway. So let's deactivate this parking brake and push in the clutch. Pull her down. There we go. I'll turn this back on when we hit a main road. Now it's Friday afternoon, rush hour is just beginning. Let's see how many people give us some thumbs up today and don't get upset about traveling behind this old Betty. Turn signals appear to be working. And there it just shifted. The old clunkomatic from first to second. You don't have to push the clutch in. For those of you who haven't driven one of these before, you just let off the gas and then it eventually gets there. Speedometer looks like it's tracking nicely. We're doing about 45 in a 45. I don't think I'm going to speed today down here. The steering wheel was really nicely restored. Horn chrome sent out. They recast this wheel. It's about $1,000 to do that. Gauge faces were all redone, restored. I'll put the brakes on here. Wheel cylinders were all recently rebuilt. Shoes serviced. I think I just got to keep it there and drive and go. Don't have much experience driving these, but it's kind of fun. Car's a really pretty color combination. Get back up to about 40. I'm going to let off the gas. Oh, I don't think I'm quite there yet. We are going up the hill. There we go. Shifts out good. So I'm getting another light. Brakes pull a little bit to the right when you're trying to stop quick. Alright, I'm going to do a turnaround here and we'll do a little more filming. We're holding good oil pressure. Engine's starting to come up the temperature. I know I'm showing you to you in the sunshine. All right, off we go. Hey, I'm getting good at this. Jason Phillips from Auto Appraise. I'm wrapping up a test drive at a 1949 Desoto Convertible, fully restored, frame off. This car went through Amelia Island about 488 miles ago, and hasn't had much time put on it. Seems to run very good, seems to shift out good, steer good, and brake good for the period it was built in. If you're interested in purchasing this car, we're handling it. 800-301-3886. Give us a call. I'll give you a quick refresher just prior to shutting this off. Just pulling back into the sub. Temp dropped down just below 160, so the car runs nice and cool. All pressure's at about 20. And we are clocking 490. I think we went about 4 miles. Let's try backing it up. And it works marvelous. Just trying the radio here. I hear it coming on. Dial seems to be working. Let's turn that off. Fan seems to be working. Summer winter controls. Not sure what that's doing. Clock does not appear to be working. Glove box is in nice shape. Let's take a better look at this interior. Going to let our car idle for a few more minutes just to see if there's any change in the gauges, but right now it looks like we're maintaining a 160-degree temp and about 20 or 25 pounds on the oil pressure gauge. Car's properly VIN'd. The interior shows nice. Door panels were done to match the seats. And again, I don't know if that's much of a period-esque look. Probably is in pattern, but not in material. There's a little bit of tufting in that back seat cushion, although it feels pretty comfortable. There's a new boot. And a beautiful steering wheel. Convertible top's in real nice shape. The hardware is in nice shape. We're going to run this top down. So we start by turning this knob back and then shoving up. And the switch is down here. Vacuum operated. Might take a minute or two. Not super fast, is it? All right, well, I got lazy, didn't fasten all the snaps, but that's what it looks like with the top down. That is a sexy machine. If you were driving that around in 1949 or 1950, you were getting chicks, that's for sure. That's what the owner tells me anyway. That was back in the earlier days. But it's a very pretty car. Thanks for checking out our video. If you have interest in this car, again, 800-301-3886. I don't think that boot cover's ever even been installed on the car since the time of restoration, according to the owner. '49 Packard S13 Deluxe, Custom, sorry. Jason Phillips from Auto Appraise. Thanks for watching.